It's a giant meadow which stretches out 1,099 metres above sea level. The Champ du Feu is a stunning patch of wildlife at the heart of the Vosges mountains.
It's idyllic. If you love horses and the outdoors, it's great because they both exist in harmony here.
The only real downside is winter, when the wind blows at over 100 kilometres an hour, making it impossible to leave. But the bitter gales never put off Jessica and Clara, who live and work here.
It's a dream being here because we get up every day and we're lucky enough to be in the mountains and surrounded by our horses. There's lots of work as well, that's for sure.
Just a short walk away, you're in the forest. There are some beautiful landscapes right behind our house. I won't be changing the way I live. I'm really happy here.
Could you live in a city again?
No, not anymore. We enjoy too much freedom here to move back to a town.
This morning, the sun has come back out and the farm is getting back to business. And one thing's for sure, the cavalry will be heading out.
Do you want to tell you again? It's important to make a connection. It's not just about getting on the horse. Before you mount, there's the contact that comes from the touching and brushing the horse. It gives people confidence, and that's really important. If you forget this step, it's not the same.
Finally, it's time to leave. While the Icelandic horses remain calm, the riders are excited to be heading off on their big adventure.
It's pleasant, and the weather is warm today. It feels a bit like a magical trek through this countryside, which is just beautiful.
The ground underfoot changes for the next part of the trek as the group makes its way through stubble fields unique to the Vosges region.
You have this sense of freedom with these mountains and the horses. It's great, especially when we're galloping. It's beautiful.
We're not trapped inside an equestrian centre. We're out in the open, and that's great.
This centre organises treks all year round. But in the bleak winters, some locals in the Vosges prefer more indoor activities. And that's certainly true of Dominique Fresneau. When he's finished milking his herd of 40 cows, he takes refuge in his small shed and turns from farmer into distiller.
This is all apple. The fruit has been crushed and fermented.
He has 2 wood-powered stills, which are alight almost non-stop for 5 months a year.
We start at the beginning of December, and during a busy year we'll distill until May. Almost every day.
And how long do you leave the lid on?
3 hours. It all depends on the output. The alcohol vapours come out at 78 degrees, and you have to monitor it all the time.
Once cooled, the tap can be opened and the alcohol can slowly flow out. Dominique's distillery then becomes the village cafe.
The colour is good.
And today, the locals are sampling his homemade pork terrine.
It's good.
Dominique barely has time to digest because Francis is eager to drop off his fruit, which is ready to be distilled. What's that?
They're Mirabelle plums.
Did you pick them?
Yes,
When?
at the end of August. I run a bed and breakfast, and some guests like a drop of Mirabelle liqueur after dinner. So, needs must.
At lunchtime, Dominique resumes his role of dairy farmer.
In winter, you don't have to worry about a cow running away. But there's still a load of work to be done. You have to tip out the manure and spread it. We never stop.
But quickly, he returns to his stills to put some more wood on the fire to keep them at the right temperature. To get the desired level of alcohol, Dominique blends his liquor with water.
So here we're at 50, 51. Now I've got 6.5 litres. This is the apple one that we made this morning.
Out of these stills flows a pure concentrate of the Vosges, a wild region brimming with natural beauty all year round.